What do people need to be concerned about when they're running an email program? I mean, obviously, the big one is not insulting your audience, but
You
what
would
are
think
some
that
other
that
things?
would be easy, but
Right,
I
exactly.
guess it's not always easy.
It's not.
First and foremost, you need to be transparent with people. You need to protect their data and their privacy.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, if you're working with a Klaviyo or a MailChimp or whatever, you don't really have to worry too much about that stuff. But when you're integrating with your website, you just need to never lose sight of that, I would say. Because then it can become these questionable email practices that email providers will charge you for. They will hit you for. Just like we always talk about how Google deranks you and all that stuff.
Right.
If you're emailing people that did not subscribe to that specific item or whatever it may be, you're emailing faulty email addresses because you had a bunch of spam signups, all of that kind of thing can really hurt your deliverability score.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're bouncing and you're getting deranked and you're going into the spam filter.
Yeah.
That's number one. So
Yeah.
taking data seriously, making sure that people can unsubscribe really easily, just being super transparent with people is always better, because if you're trying to hide how to unsubscribe, first of all, companies still do that. This happened to me yesterday. I was trying to unsubscribe. I'm like, why can't I find the unsubscribe button?
Right.
I don't want these.
Right.
I'm not going to engage with them. I'm going to mark it as spam then.
Right.
So it's
And then
really
that's-
hurting you.
Right.
So I would say questionable email practices that are making your subscribers not trust you is one. Two is being inconsistent. You don't want to send a welcome email, and then people don't hear from you for 6 months, and then you send a random, here's a sale we're having. It's like, who the hell are you?
Right.
I forget who you are. Make sure that you have somewhat consistency. It doesn't have to be every week, but if you can, depending on, what resources you have, but if you can do one every month, just make it a consistent thing that people will look forward to and know is coming and expect.
Yeah.
That's really important. 3, I would say not leveraging the data and insights to the capacity that you can. And that falls into our CRO offering so well, because that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
There's so much you can be doing, literally testing if people like dogs or cats, or depending on what your brand is, obviously. Dogs. In every email that you send, there is content that you can be testing something. Get that data, be able to segment later on so that your dog people get the next image has a header of a dog and the cat people get the cat. And then also not using that data to then influence your other marketing campaigns as well. So using some of these learnings to then say, hey, let's also test this in paid media. We saw this happen in email. Let's try this, see if it's the same. 4, and honestly, this should be number 2, but whatever. 4, because I just remembered it, is being really personal. So we talked about this in just email overall, but don't make it too general. All the email examples that you and I've talked about is how personal it is, how much it feels like they're connected to us.
Well, personalization in general is such a huge part of conversion rate optimization, right? So if you're not doing personalization anywhere, you're kind of falling down. But I think you're right. Email is the most important place to personalize your
Yeah,
content.
because it's I know you know shit about me. Why aren't you using it? Because you already have it, so at least make use of it.
You know I like orange yoga pants.
Yeah. A color I do not yet have.
There you go. Me either.
So yeah, personalization as part of that as well. I would say those are probably the top 4 most important. It could go on forever, but there's so much you can do. And that is why I am an email nerd, because it never ends.